Hello, friends. Welcome back to Gecko's Gaming. Today I'm going to be engaging in the Final Fantasy Arena Direct sealed to win a collector's booster box. These are pretty hot items right now. I actually have three already. I bought them from my favorite local game store, so support your LGS. But I am in the market for more. And also, I did grow up playing Final Fantasy, and I've played 4 through 10 to completion. And yeah, it's just a great game, great franchise. Some would say I played during the golden era of the game, and I do think that they did, despite having uh, some hesitation originally. I do think that they did a really good job with this set. That just the gameplay is remarkable. It's really fun. The limited set, I think they knocked it out of the park with the mechanics. Just in terms of just a magic set, it plays really well. So if I go 7 and 1 or better, I get a collector's booster box. Again, these are worth about $1,000 right now. I'm gonna mail it directly to my house, but um, so we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna have some fun along the way. Let's open up our pool and see what we get. Hmm. Okay. Some interesting rares here for sure. Nibelheim Flame is it's very swingy. Like it's kind of feast or famine, but it leans more towards the feast side. It's very good. And Squall and Vinette are both good, and they're both in the same color scheme. And then Vivi, of course, is insane. I've not had a chance to play with Vivi yet. I have played against him. It is not pleasant to play against. So I'm excited to get Vivi. And then Emmett Silch is just a reasonable Grixis mid range card. Nothing wrong with that. I do like our rares here so far. This is the only thing that's just like stone cold unplayable. The rest of these are all pretty good. So let's see what we end up with. There might be a Grixis thing or a black white thing. Let's see what else we got here. All right, just taking a quick peek. Okay, we got two Dragoons lands. That stands out to me as pretty awesome. Um, I really like this card, especially if you're aggressively slanted or even just mid rangey. So many games are decided by flyers in this format. Other than that, though, we do have three Grahatis, which I usually play one of these, but three is a lot. I don't know if you have room for three in any deck. But there's a weapons vendor to go with the two Dragoons Lance, which is nice. Venat, as we said earlier, is very good. But other than that, white seems very shallow. There's no removal, and there's just not a lot of playables. So we'll see. We might end up not playing white. Blue notably has nothing that costs one or two. Blue curve starts at three, and then it has like four cards in it. So very shallow blue. I like combat tutorial. I like Wyvern. Two travel the overworlds, two syncopates. These are both fine cards, but it's unlikely to get there just because it's so shallow. Black, we got two Dire Rats, a Heck Dies. Poison the Waters is okay. I don't know. I'll play it sometimes. It's probably better in sealed. Um, two Cornered by Black Mages is nice. Two Animas is nice. Evil Reawaken is a very strong card. So happy to get that. Black looks like it has legs, I would say. Then red, we're starting with a Blazing Bomb, which is okay. Ooh, Fire Magic, I like that. And then Coral Sword is good too. The three shopkeep. So maybe there is like a Boros equipment deck if red has enough to get us there. I don't know. Because the two Dragoons Lance is a very nice start for that. I'm gonna throw that together and see what it looks like. But yeah, other than that, red has Nibelheim of Flame as we already saw, Warrior Sword. The three shopkeeps with the Dragoon's Lance and the Warrior Sword and the Coral Sword makes me want to take a look at red white. And generally in sealed, I think the best thing you can do in sealed is if you end up with a deck that has, um, if you end up with a deck that looks like a reasonable draft deck that you would not mind playing, uh, that's usually like the best case scenario. And is you get sort of an aggressive, you get an aggressive like two color smooth mana streamlined deck. That's the best case scenario for sealed. Now I usually look for that first and see if we can get there. And then if not, then I'll dip into starting to get into some 3 color, 4 color, see what you have for green to splash. But sealed tends to be slower, so if you can get like a smooth, efficient, aggressive draft tier style deck, then you're going to do really well. I don't think this quite. We're running a little bit low on playables with this, which is sort of what I suspected. They have more Earth's rescue mission, only one Magitech infantry, so it's probably not worth playing just one. Just 1 mana, 1/1, maybe a 2/1 sometimes. What else could I play here? I could play Unexpected Request, which is nice in a aggressive deck potentially, especially if I have equipment. Rapier is okay. It depends on how many non-creatures we have. And Blazing Bomb, sure. Fire Magic is a really good card, but you don't want to play it in an aggressive deck very often. Okay, so there are definitely some things I like about this. Definitely some things I like about this. I wonder if that we could do a Black Splash for Squall. We don't have any fixing for that. The fixing in this set, or not in the set, but in this pool, is not great. I don't have any world maps. I have very few lands, dual lands. Do have a red white, which is nice for this, but I don't think we can just put Squall in without adding a lot of risk. I want the red white deck to work, but it seems like it's a few playables short. I mean, you can play Laughing Mad. Maybe I can play Self Destruct depending on how aggressive I am. I haven't played this card yet, but if you're very aggressive, you can play it, I suppose. And then yeah, maybe like do something like that to round out the deck. I don't know why I'm not. I mean, Rapier is fine. Okay, so with creatures, let's see, because we have 12 plus the artifacts. That's 14, 15, 16 creatures. And then Eris Rescue Mission is kind of a creature too. I don't know. I could see this being pretty good actually. Obviously, I need to make a couple cuts still, but just the fact that we have enough 2 drops, like we have 6 2 drops, maybe 7 if you count Red Mage's Rapier, which I'm not sure we're gonna play. Ends up on how many non-creatures we have. Currently, we have 8 plus 5, so we have 11. No, 8 plus 5 is 13. I can do math. Don't worry. Oh, but we also have an enchantment too, so that's actually it's 8, 9. We have 14 non-creatures. It's probably enough for a rapier. I wish we had some more legends for Venat, but it's still good just on its own. And we have a Graha too. It's the only one. Let's see if we have any other. Yeah, that's all of it. Then Carlos. We actually have a lot of fatties in Carlos. It's kind of interesting. I don't think I'm playing Oron's Inspiration. We're not really going wide. And Eris Rescue Mission is going to be better for that type of finisher punching through the last few points of damage. We have a few ways to trigger Blazing Bomb. I'm not sure if it's great though. I mean, at least it's a 1 mana 1/1. Get the party started if we're going to be aggressive. Cuts I'm looking at would be maybe Laughing Mad, maybe a Rescue Mission. Okay. I like the Boros. I mean, that's a. Oh, we have Zidane too. I didn't even see him hiding down there. That's great. That's great. Goes with the Venat too. It's a good finisher, good swingy card if we're racing with the lifelink. I don't know how many of those type of effects we want to have though. The threatened effects. I also don't know if I want to play fire magic. Probably not. It just kills too many of my own guys. And see that little Zidane hit hiding in there. Little monkey boy. That's nice. Alright. 17 lands, 2 cyclers. I don't know if I'll play both. I like the flyer. I mean, I don't like this card where I'm like excited to play it, but flying is good in this format. A lot of games are decided by flying. So far, the only flyers that we have are the 2 Dragoon's Lance. So there's a high probability that I actually end up playing the Cloudbound Moogle just to get another flyer in there. I'm going to cut an Eris Rescue Mission. I could probably cut Unexpected Request. We do have, like, I think that these cards are both questionable. I like Laughing Mad for smoothing out draws, but I also don't like it because I'm trying to be aggressive. I don't want to have to pay 3 mana to fix my draw. I don't want to hold lands for it too. Like I want to play my lands out because I have all this equipment that I want to move around. Yeah. Plus Venat is another mana sink, so I'm not like discarding lands to it. I'll cut Laughing Mad. It's not good here. And then between self-destruct or unexpected request. I mean, they're a combo together. I also have Zidane, which can go with the self-destruct too. So what are we looking at for our last cut here? I'm thinking. Let's see. Okay, so the last cuts. I'm thinking Red Mage's Rapier, maybe one of these self-destruct, unexpected request thing. Maybe Eris Rescue Mission. Maybe Blazing Bomb. Maybe Gygus. Currently, I have one, two, three, four. I only have 4 ways to trigger the bomb. It's probably not good. It's just a 1 mana 1/1 that can like ping something. I don't think I need it. It's pretty low impact. Just getting us out on the board early. I like that part of it, but it's an early body. All right. Well, that's Boros. I am quite interested in this. I think this looks good. I'm gonna um, take a quick little screenshot of that. Then I'm gonna look at some other configurations. I do like this Boros deck. I could see this getting there. Could see this getting there. All right, so I'm gonna take a look at a couple other things here. One second. Okay. So there's Boros. I do like it, but we should look at some other stuff too. But the Boros deck does seem to be type of deck where it's almost, I think, it's almost draft level, and it's aggressive, and it's smooth. It's 2 colors. So those things are really nice. Let's see. I haven't even barely looked at green yet. I have 4 tricks, 1 town greeter. Okay, yeah, green is not playable. Green is not even in the mix. And we don't have the fixing. This pool has very poor fixing. Uh, 1 town greeter is the only green fixing, and then there's like 2 dual lands, and that's it. So that's another reason that to go into 2 colors. But let's take a look at black. Black looks kind of good. These are the cards I'm happy to play. I might play Vincent's and Q-Trip depending on what we need. Maybe there's a black-white. Black-white slash blue. Or, yeah, with blue we get Summoner Sanctum. And I could conceivably splash 1 color in here. Maybe red or blue. But not both. Because I only have, yeah, 1 fixing for each. Graha T is nice in this deck. Okay, so this versus the Boros list, I think it's an interesting conversation. My pool lacks removal also, so we have to be aggressive. It's kind of unusual to have a pool where there's 0 white removal and 0 black removal. Doesn't happen very often because both of those are very heavy on removal. So that's yet another reason to be aggressive and close the game out. Um, Before my opponent finds out I don't have removal. So, because we just have to erase them if they have bombs and we don't have answers. Red has removal. 2 Light of Judgments. Blue has a Stuck in the Summer Sanctum and 2 Syncopates. Green has some tricks. But yeah, there's almost no removal in this. Um, in this pool. The black-white deck seems pretty good too, despite having no. I mean, I have Cordon Black Mages, but that's not really a reliable removal spell for taking care of what you need to get. The Squall Vanette stuff is pretty cool, where Squall can get her back, but then also trigger her if she's out and I play it. But it's about the same in terms of legends count because with red we get Zidane, so it's not like we're triggering Finette more with black unless I'm missing something else. This deck has good grinding capability with the fight on, except that again I just don't have the good removal to go with it. Ninja's Blades is nice with Weapons Vendor as another way to use him. So this deck, you get the 2 Dragoon's Lance and the Ninja's Blades, which are premium equipment. Probably have to play Vincent's Limit Break since I don't have removal in here. Maybe the Q-Chip Warrior too. Kind of a pseudo removal spell if you need to. If you need one in a pinch, as long as you're attacking. And then there's Ring of the Lucy too that I could use to use the ring to tap guys down. All right. Poison the Waters. I might need to use that to get something out of their hand before they can play it. I guess Fanat is sort of a removal spell too. The mana is a little bit harder in this deck, given that we're bringing 4 double black into the equation, whereas red only had 1 double red spell with Nibelheim of Flame. Hmm. I could also look at Grixis with Vivi, and I do have a Trino. Just have to figure out what I'm base and what I'm splashing. Probably like red, black, splash blue or something. But I don't think I want to dirty up. I like the 2 mana, especially since we don't have good interaction in this pool. I like trying to get them dead fast and sticking with a 2 mana aggressive deck. We have 2 good options here for that. It's black white or red white. So, anyways, I'm gonna get a little workout in, and then when I come back, I will finish the deck, and then we'll play some games. All right, I'm back, feeling juicy. I think I've decided the deck I'm going to play. I think it's going to be black-white. The red-white deck looked pretty promising, but I think that the overall card quality of the black deck steers me a little more in that direction. So, although I'm not totally sure, I could totally see playing the red-white deck and being fine. This deck has a little bit harder of a mana base. We want to hit double white and double black early. And we also lose a dual land. So the mana goes down in consistency, which it can be concerning for an aggressive deck, especially when you want to just curve out. But the saving grace, I think what makes it viable is the 2 Undercity Rats, which we can trade off aggressively to hit our mana. And I think that makes it palatable, the mana problems here. The other question is, do I run 18 lands and cut the Cloudbound Moogle? And that one I'm not sure about still. I decided to keep the Moogle again because we have the rats to help us hit our lands. And the Moogle will be helpful with flying, having a flying finisher. We want to be able to punch through damage. And we have an Ahriman and 2 Dragoon's Lances for flyers. So another flyer is nice and solid. And then the other concern is the removal, but as long as we're on the front foot and we're keeping pressure on, which is what the deck is designed to do, we have 6 2-drops. As long as we're on the front foot, we can get some removal out of Q-Chip Warrior and Vincent's Limit Break. So I think that's interesting in itself too. And then we have Anima to close the game, which is kind of nice. What's on the sideline still? I cut Fight On and Poison the Waters. I cut Poison the Waters because I don't want to. It hits a decent amount of my own guys, and the sweeper effect not only does it hit some number of my guys, like my Black Mages and the Dwarven Castle Guard and the Token and the Hektais and the Dragoon's Lances heroes, but it also I like the other mode. Well, first of all, the first sweeper is very conditional too. Like the opponent might not do anything against them, but it does kill a lot of our own guys. We also have Eris Rescue Mission that it wipes out too. But then the other mode is tempting because I don't have enough removal, but it's also tempo negative, and this deck totally relies on being on the front foot. So I don't want to take two off in the early game and try to catch a good card out of their hand. And then Fight On is good, but we already have some good late game grinding. We have Evil Reawakened, Vincent's Limit Break, and Squall, all to get recursion of some to some extent. And then I don't want to have this in my hand early when I need to curve out and just finish them off. Whereas Evil Reawakened is a more aggressive version of the same effect, and I don't want to have that many of these effects because we need to run them over fast to win, or at least get ahead early enough to then we can leverage our advantage to close the game. So that's the deck. You might see me cut the Moogle for a land, or you might see me cut something else for a land at some point. Go up to 18 just to hit the double white and stuff. But like I said, the rats should be good for that. All right, so what else is there to say? I did look at some other color combinations. I took a look at Grixis real quick. You know, Vivi and Emmett and that kind of stuff is tempting. But it just, like, all the other decks kind of just look like a pile of cards and with not good fixing. So I think this is better. This or red white are both better than any of the other options that are available. All right, so let's fire up the queue and get ready to jump in. Queued up immediately. Okay, this is not what we want. This is definitely a mulligan. We need to get out faster than turn 5, so... Okay, this is keepable. And put back... Put back, I guess, Graha? So this hand is not as aggressive as I would like, but it is serviceable, so... We'll run it. Alright, so we're going to lead with the Castle Guard because it's more aggressive and can start getting in for 2 damage. Dark Confidant, interesting. Interesting. Okay, that could be good or bad for us. I mean, if it does make our Heck dies a lot worse, but if we can get enough pressure on to punish them for that. Okay, there's some life gain there. So offset the Dark Confidant. Got Black Mage's Rod, okay. Dire Rat. He's willing to trade. I'll take the trade. Okay, took 1 from World Map. Opponent's got a lot of artifacts. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Phantom Train or something like that in his deck. Hopefully we draw a land. Heck Dice is annoying. I guess I'll discard my own Heck Dice since he has so many cards. It's not going to be much effect. Okay, there's the mana problems we were talking about. just attack with both. Missing land drops is brutal. Okay, that's yep. I think I just need to keep the pressure on. Land with the Confidant, that's not what we want to see. It seems like they have a pretty good low curve for the Confidant in their deck. It's pretty remarkable. And sealed. Next turn, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I mean, if I draw a land, that's one thing, but otherwise, if I draw a land, I'm probably using Evil Reawakened. Not sure though. Okay, that's fine. Yep. All right. Well, I don't think we're gonna get there this game. We took a mulligan and then got mana screwed after that. So, um, but what's the best way to play to our outs here? Yeah, I guess I'll try to draw a card here. And I guess, I mean, it does block Van or Dark Confidant. Buy me a little more time. Other planes. He's got Garland too. Wow, what a sick deck. One is 8 mana to my 4 now. Interesting they didn't cast Garland. I mean, I wonder if he's trying to play around Sweeper or what. Or if he just could have a Sephiroth's Intervention or something in his hand that he wants to cast. Just instant ramen, okay. Just make sure he wants to make sure he doesn't die. Makes sense. He's got Sephiroth too. All right, come on now. I mean, this deck is insane, dude. My only out is to take the damage, swing back for 4, and hope he just domes himself with like a huge card off the Dark Confidant or something. I don't know. It's not gonna happen. I can Surveil too to set it, make sure. Okay, there goes a marble. That's what we needed in the draw. Ah, oh, feels so bad. Feels so bad. Evil Reawakened does nothing at this point. Um, right? It doesn't do anything. I guess I'll use it on Hectice, make him discard a card, but I mean, there's not. All right, good game, I guess. I don't know. This is exactly what I was worried about with this deck. Just the mana is atrocious. Do we want to look at red white again? Hmm. I'll just. I'm just gonna run it back. I don't feel like thinking about it too much more right now. I got like pretty unlucky last game, I think. I mean, yeah, the deck is crafted in such a way to make that more likely, but okay, this is not okay. Yeah, I'm getting cooked. I should have played red white. It's getting cooked by mana. But also the opponent's deck was insane last game. That was like one of the best decks I've probably ever seen draft or sealed or anything else. Uh, I think I just need to make my land drop here. Score +1 point for planes if it was in my hand instead of a Moogle. Would have had an Ariman on the board. Swamp was a good draw there. Okay, that's pretty good. That is not good. All right, and now we're in top deck mode. At least our 1/1s line up well against their 2/1s. Attack? Nope. Okay. They're not doing much, but we're definitely not doing anything either, so. Okay. Them attacking is really like the only chance we have here. I think I've just drawn like 4 or 5 lands in a row. It's kind of wild. Looks like the opponent's getting flooded too, for whatever that's worth. I mean, if they're trying to do this race, I'm very happy with that. I don't know why they think that would be advantageous to them, but they have like a Choco Comet or something. Okay. Play my 10th land. Can I just draw anything here? Like, okay. Um, Probably maybe too late for that, but another land, nice. Hmm. There's no way to not get screwed here. I mean, I don't have very many good options, so guess I have to do this. Okay, unfortunately, the opponent uh, did not skip their combat or something like that. So that was our only out there. That was really not fun. That was two awful games of Magic. Um, okay, yeah, I guess we'll try again. All right, we're gonna do another Final Fantasy. Let's do it. Two Genovas is nice. Um, Lunar Whale is okay. The rest of the stuff is whatever, I guess. Looks like there's a Sultai deck here. I'm gonna start with that. Got the lands for it too. I got a lot of good white cards. Mostly removal.